Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing on this beautiful morning right after Thanksgiving? We're live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, and I've got an update video for you. So, I told you guys big changes were coming to Universe Mode for Season 3. And I wasn't kidding. So let's get into it. First things first, I've changed the layout of pay-per-views. So instead of having a ton of different pay-per-views, we're only going to have 6. That's about it. I might add a 7th pay-per-view in between February and March on the calendar, but for now, we only have 6. So let's get into the 6 pay-per-views. We have Night of Champions as the first pay-per-view. I decided to go with the Night of Champions, 2023 arena. I just downloaded it, so I decided to go with that. So if these arenas don't work, these arenas I just downloaded and uploaded to the pay-per-views, then you understand why. These are custom pay-per-views, arenas. But either way, we got Night of Champions. Then after that, we got Money in the Bank. I need to show you what the difference is with Money in the Bank this year. If you see, I basically merged TLC, the TLC pay-per-view, with Money in the Bank. It's different now. I've merged TLC with Money in the Bank. They're going to be basically one and the same pay-per-view. Expect to see ladders, tables, chairs, all of that at Money in the Bank. On top of that, there are now, you got the Money in the Bank on SmackDown for the WWE and the Women's WWE Championship. You've got 2 on Raw, 2 Money in the Banks on Raw, one for the World's Heavyweight and the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. And you've got one for NXT, for the NXT title. I tried to create another one for NXT, for the Women's NXT title, but it didn't work. The game it wouldn't let it happen. Let me show you what I mean. It doesn't work. You can't actually pick. So we only have 5 Money in the Bank briefcases, but that will be 5 Money in the Bank winners, and there are going to be 5 Money in the Bank. Hold on. Yeah, it's a match table. The 8-man ladder matches. There are now 5. There are now 5 Money in the Bank briefcase ladder matches going to be at Money in the Bank. It's going to be fun for you guys. Recording nightmare for me. But, we're going to make do. SummerSlam. Oh, and then I also changed up the Money in the Bank arena. We got the Money in the Bank in London, 2023. SummerSlam. We got the Detroit SummerSlam arena for 2023. I wasn't able to find an arena for Survivor Series or for the Royal Rumble, but I'll keep looking before I upload the next video of Raw. And then, of course, WrestleMania, finally changing up that arena. We got WrestleMania 39 now. So that should be, interesting. Just changing up the pay-per-views, changing up the format of the pay-per-views, changing up what's going to be in the pay-per-views, how the arenas look. Big changes. Now let's get into Raw. As you've noticed, Raw and SmackDown have diverted back to their original looks. You know, I went with the current day, added a little Thunderdome to it, but the arena you can only choose current SmackDown. There is no Thunderdome SmackDown, which is unfortunate because I think for Universe mode, I really like the Thunderdome for Raw and SmackDown just to see real people in the crowd, but it is what it is. We make do. The same with Raw, you know, going with Raw, the original Raw. Now let's talk about championships. So I've moved the World Heavyweight Championship and the Women's World Heavyweight Championship strictly to Raw. Those will be the championships on Raw. And I guess we could talk about the rivalries I've set up so far too. For the World Heavyweight Championship, Cody Rhodes will do battle with Randy Orton initially. After that, we don't know what's going to happen, who's going to become number one contender. But for right now, Randy Orton's been making a splash on Raw. He's been picking up some major wins. So I thought, well, who better to face Cody Rhodes than his former mentor? A little rivalry between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, I thought would be special. You got Jimmy Uso taking on Roman Reigns because if you watch WrestleMania, then you know that the Usos had to disband if Roman and Solo Sikoa beat them. They are disbanded. Jimmy Uso not happy about that. So he and Roman are going to do battle heading into Night of Champions. You got Sasha Banks trying to win back her women's world title from Becky Lynch. And Samoa Joe's going to defend the U.S. title against Ricochet. Just a little something for Raw. NXT is the same. Carmelo Hayes, I decided to book him against MJF. Carmelo Hayes had a big match against Undertaker at WrestleMania. He lost. And Ilya Dragunov, he lost his NXT Championship match. So I booked the winner. I booked Carmelo Hayes to take on MJF. I also got Braun Breaker taking on Swerve Scott in a little rivalry. You know, just a little something to build these two guys up. Powerhouse Hobbs. He's basically going to be making his debut on NXT, taking on Bronson Reed. Two big men fighting it out for the NXT North American Championship. And I moved Roxanne Perez back to NXT, and I'm going to let her and Nikita Lyons fight it out at Night of Champions for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, SmackDown is where things get interesting. Jon Moxley's going to be taking on Hangman Page. We're going to be starting a bit of a storyline. And you'll see what that storyline plays out to be and who becomes a part of that as time goes on. But then you also have Bryan Danielson and AJ Styles. I said the rivalry wasn't done, and I mean it. That TLC match sucked. The TLC match at WrestleMania was the worst match at WrestleMania. And I know that those two are capable of putting on a great match. So I'm going to let them run it to Night of Champions. Now, there's two empty rivalry slots, and there's a reason. If you've seen the championships, I decided to put the WWE Championship and reinstate the WWE Women's Championship. Heading into Night of Champions, I'm going to be booking championship matches. Well, not championship matches. At Night of Champions, there will be a championship match. On SmackDown, I'm going to book 2 multi-man matches per championship. And the winners of those multi-man matches will go into a feuding over the new WWE and the new WWE Women's Championship. Well, let's look at the SmackDown division for the world title. Hangman Page, Rey Mysterio, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Jon Moxley, Jey Uso, and Jay White. So on SmackDown, there'll be 2 Fatal 4-Way matches. And the winners of these 2 Fatal 4-Way matches will go into a feud for the WWE Championship. And as for SmackDown, if you were wondering where Chris Statlander went After she lost her NXT title, I moved her to SmackDown. That's where she went. She's going to be there with Jade Cargill, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Shayna Baszler, Mandy Rose, Michin, Mia Yim, moved to SmackDown, and Piper Niven. So there's going to be 2 Fatal 5-Way matches on SmackDown also. And the winners of those Fatal 5-Way matches will go into a feud and will fight for the reinstated WWE Women's Championship. And is that it? I'll give you guys a little preview of what to expect on Raw. In the opening match, you got Brock Lesnar, Lashley, Sheamus, McIntyre, a beefy Fatal 4-Way match. I guess I can also go with the divisions for Raw. Roman Reigns, he's the number 1 contender, but he's got a feud with Jimmy Uso right now, so he's not really gonna be doing. They're not gonna be feuding for that world title yet. Roman Reigns isn't really in the world title picture. Like I said, Randy Orton's got the first shot. But then you got Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Orton, Lesnar, Jimmy, and Lashley feuding for the world title. US title, I haven't changed that division at all. It's still the NXT from the Black and Gold era feuding for the US title. Ricochet is number 1 contender. When it comes to the Undisputed Tag Champions, why is... Okay, I don't know why it removed Undisputed Era as the Undisputed Tag Champions, but it is Undisputed Era. They don't have a match right now, a feud right now for those tag titles, but eventually they will. They will defend them soon. And then, of course, like I said, 2 Money in the Banks, one for the World Heavyweight Championship, one for the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship. And then we got triple threat tag action. I'm still debating on whether or not I want this to be a number 1 contenders match for the Undisputed Era. We'll figure that out later. And then, of course, the next 4 matches are all the rivalry matches. So that's really it. I just wanted to update you guys on what to expect for Season 3 so far. I'm not going to get into what rivalries you should expect to see because I don't know what rivalries are going to pan out and how they're going to work out. But we have a shorter calendar. Season 3 is going to be a lot shorter than Season 2 was. It's going to be a lot shorter than Season 1 by a long shot. But I think that's a good thing because then we can, hurry up and move into Season 4, hurry up and move into Season 5, Season 6, however many seasons of this we actually do. However many seasons we do, I have no idea. But, we can hurry up and start moving into different seasons of this. And of course, all the pay-per-views got 14 matches on them. So every pay-per-view is hosting the 3 shows. Every pay-per-view got 14 matches. Every pay-per-view is a huge thing, and it should be. Now, this is my question to you, ladies and gentlemen. If you watch this video and you are interested in how Season 3 pans out, leave your comments. Let me know what you want to see. During WrestleMania, I had one viewer literally ask if I do request matches, and I do. I do request matches, it's just no one's requested a match. So if there's a particular match or a particular rivalry you guys want to see, then just let me know and I'll book it, ladies and gentlemen. I am all with it. I'm a man of the people. I'm the host. I'm the King Chiron. I'm willing to book rivalries and matches for you guys so you guys can enjoy what you want to see. I'm not against it at all. But of course, I am going to book the rivalries I think are best to book as well. It's all, we're all going to work together on this heading into the new seasons. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode. It's a small episode, short episode. It's just a little update video, that's all. Just letting you guys know what's going on for Season 3. You can probably expect the first episode of Raw today, the day after Thanksgiving. I want to kind of hurry up and get into Season 3. I'm kind of chomping at the bit over here. And I am interested in, because, look at the episode of Raw I booked. A beefy Fatal 4-Way match. This, triple threat tag match, letting these tag teams really go at it. And then, of course, you got Joe, Ricochet, Jimmy, Roman, Becky, Sasha, Randy, Cody. I'm interested in seeing how this, all will play out. For the first episode of Season 3, it's going to be a great episode of Raw. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you're excited for Season 3. I guess I should also state that Cyberpunk, because this is an update video, right? So I guess I can also update you guys on Cyberpunk and what other games. I guess we can do a bit of a channel update right now, too. Cyberpunk is coming to an end. We're literally down to the last episode. I will be streaming the last episode of Cyberpunk probably today. You're probably getting the first episode of Season 3 and the end of Cyberpunk today. After Cyberpunk, ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking about streaming God of War. I got the original God of War, not the original, not God of War 1, but God of War, what is it? 4? Technically? God of War 4. I was going to stream that one. And then if we finish that God of War, then I'd bring you guys God of War, 5. Or the newest God of War that just came out. Just until I can figure out what other games we can play together, ladies and gentlemen. But regardless, that will be it for me for right now. Expect an episode of Raw later today, maybe right after this episode. But that's going to do it for me for right now, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all a little while later with Cyberpunk's last episode and with the first episode of Season 3. Oh, and I guess I should mention the title of the videos, they're not going to change. So we're at episode 191 technically right now, but the real episode 191 for Raw is going to come out later today. That's going to be the first episode of Season 3. I'm staying with the number because 191 videos, ladies and gentlemen. 191 episodes of a series. That's nothing to sneeze at, and I like that idea. I don't really feel like starting from episode 1 all over again. So we're going to stay at 191. It might get a little confusing, but trust me, in my rants and rambles when I'm doing the recordings, you will hear me say, oh, this is episode 1 of Season 3, episode 191, episode 1 of Season 3. You're going to hear me say that probably a few times. So we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. But other than that, have a beautiful, beautiful day. If you like this content, remember to like, subscribe, get excited for Season 3. We're here. We're moving on to Season 3. Expect big things. Expect huge changes to Raw, SmackDown, NXT. If you like these changes, if you like what you see in this update video, then be ready because the Season 3 is about to come out very quickly. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for me. I've been your host, the King Chiron. I will see you all a little bit later. Until then, take care.